Well, just again, just our physicality on the defensive end, attention to detail, guys being where they're supposed to be, all those things. We reviewed them again today. I just thought the force that we played with, the lack of speed that we played with wasn't there. The same way when we won 4 in a row, for whatever reason, and the reason's not important, we didn't play with the same speed on either end of the floor.
Were you surprised by what happened yesterday, or could you almost see it coming with the?
No, I did not see it coming. No. I as far as the speed of the game, how hard we played, because I thought we had played, lights out hard in the New York game, Boston game, Portland game. All those games, I thought we were playing with a tremendous amount of speed, and we didn't last night. It looked like we were playing in mud on both ends of the floor.
How do you keep from DeMar getting burned out or feeling overburdened to make up those points?
Again, everybody's got to pick it up, Rachel. The other people have to do their job as far as attacking the rim, finishing, making shots. That will take some of the pressure off of DeMar also, and then they can't load up on him and that type of thing. And again, it's nothing guys haven't done. The three-point shooters need to take the three-point shots, make the three-point shots, and it helps everything. It helps the rhythm, it helps the assist, it helps all the facets of the offensive end when you make shots. And again, when you figure out how we are missing the same shots we made early in the year, let me know, because we're getting the same looks, open looks. And again, it's about making them. And like guys, you have to take them with conviction and confidence, and they'll go in.
How much have you had to adjust the offense with Corey in place instead of Kyle?
No, not a lot. Corey can do some of the same things. Corey's a good three-point shooter. He can take he's got to take and make those three-point shots. All of our three-point shooters have to take the shots they're taking, which opens up the rest of the offense, Bruce.
But Corey's a better shooter from different places than Kyle, right?
Yeah. But again, Kyle gets some of those off his own, and that's probably why our assist record is not as good, because he creates his own shot within the offense off the dribble, and so does DeMar. So Corey usually needs to get his assisted as far as the three-point shot, swing. Yeah. That's why we got to move the basketball and find the ball. He had 3 or 4 great looks last night and made one of them, but he's got to take up some of the slack and to take up slack from Kyle.
In the second unit, how do you think you can?
That's on me. I've got to figure out a better rhythm, a better fit for that group. They so dependent on a lot of it's Kyle in that second quarter. He caught up with us last night. We had some struggles in the other games, but he caught up with us last night. So we have to make some adjustments. I have to make some adjustments with who's in there with that second unit to try to make sure we have a good balance of shooting.
So Dwane, is it the plan to have Kyle along for the whole trip and just having treatment and stuff throughout this whole?
I'm sure, yes. He's going to start with his range of motion workout, so he'll be a active participant. Throughout the
enjoying having
trip.
The occasional huddle?
No question. It doesn't bother me at all, because he's saying the same things that we're saying, and and it's funny. You hear him saying the same thing you're thinking. It's refreshing, because it's not thinking anything different, and he's making the same suggestions and talking to his teammates. That's good. It's always good when your players are talking to each other, coaching each other, and saying the same things you are.
I mean, without getting into the details, as a staff, you guys thought of maybe tweaking who starts, who comes off the bench, maybe putting a starter on the bench?
not the starting unit. Starts was okay. It was he had to start. It's the starting in the second quarter is what we got to adjust. I've got to adjust.
And that's something you almost had in reverse last year, right? Where Kyle and the second unit were such an effective.
Yeah, again, it's it is what it is, but just the scoring, and some of it is matchup driven, Bruce. How we have who they have, who we want to match up with. But in the end, we got to make sure we have a balance of both, offense and defense on the floor. We just can't have all defenders, and we can't have all offensive players out there.
I mean, how different is that team with Bogdanovic?
He brings a shooting element. I mean, they're excellent. Otto Porter didn't score last night. DeMar, was guarding him. He didn't, but Bogdanovich took up the slack. Otto Porter is leading three-point shooting percentage in the league, but we kind of kept him in check a little bit, and that's not going to happen always. But Bogdanovich came out and put his mark on the game, and we did not do a good job of staying connected with him and making our presence felt with him. And it's not just one guy; it's a five-man job, and he's running off screens free, and without an awareness and without us being connected to him in the lock and go. So those are things we got to do a better job of. It's not surprising he's doing the same thing with Brooklyn. So we know he's a great shooter, but how he was getting the shots is how we got to be aware of and go with the scouting report.
It's one of those things where if a guy gets a few open shots, then every shot starts to feel
He saw it go in the first time, and we didn't feel him. And now you try to lock into him, he's got it going. And most NBA great shooters are hard to stop once you can't turn that water off once they get going. And we got to make sure physically he feels us and make sure he doesn't come off the pin downs cleanly. We have to have the proper stunts and the proper help once he does catch the ball.
When you guys are on the road now for, I believe, 5 games, does it bring you guys together? You think
We'll see. It should help us being on the road. But again, I don't care if we play on the road, the moon, or wherever it is. We got to come out with a little bit more physicality and sense of purpose on both ends of the floor and playing with our speed and athleticism, which we didn't do. I don't know. We had an excellent shoot around yesterday morning. We played harder in shoot around than we did in the games. So. I don't know if we left our game at the shoot around or not, but again, we got to play with the speed and a spirit and a sense of purpose, sense of urgency, not only when we get down, but at the beginning of the game and play for 48 minutes.
Is that a demonstration of how the margin of error shrinks without Kyle, where you've got to have everything else kind of going?
Clicking, no question. The margin of error is small with him out, but again, that's why you have a 15-man roster. It's an opportunity for somebody else to step up, and in the past, we've done a good job with that. Guys have stepped up, and next man up mentality has been good, but again, last night's one game, but it's how we played. It's not the loss in itself. It's how we competed and how we approached the game, from a physicality and speed and quickness standpoint.